as much as I don't like what Ruby Ojiakor did to Destiny Etiko on her wedding day, but the truth must be told. This is not our culture as Igbos. It's not our culture. We are like, why didn't your husband wed you in your own church? Before I continue, this is what Ruby posted. My husband church. And for those of you saying it's wrong, that it's supposed to be in the woman's church, please, when it gets your turn, and do as it pleases you, okay? For me, I wedded in my husband's church because he married me in full. And he is the head of the family. Okay, let me just throw some light here. Cultures differs, yes. Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo. Understand that Yoruba people, you must wear them in their own church. To be honest with you, I don't think it's our culture. It is not Igbo's culture. No. Igbos, you must wed in that person's church, not in woman's church. Unless maybe they just agree. Even if you're a pastor, even if you're whatever, you have to wed in your husband's church because he marries you. But I understand in Yoruba culture, you must marry your wife in her own church, not in the man's church, in the woman's church. I think that is their culture. So that one should be respected. He did not explain it very well to people, for people to understand. This is why Ruby wedded in her husband's church. The head of the family, as he said, but it's not what I'm not going to that side. It's not our culture for a man to follow his wife to his church. Our culture is that woman will follow her husband to her husband's church. And her husband will wed his wife in his church. Not her husband to wed her wife in her wife's church. I've seen it severally in Nigeria, whereby it's a culture of Yoruba. So the first time I saw it, I was like, why would this thing happen like this? They said it's their culture. Some of them, I don't know. That was they said, that you must marry that woman in her church. Later, she will just follow you to your own church. Whether the woman is a pastor in her own church, I've seen it severally in Redeemed Christian Church of God. Yes, I've seen it severally. Yes, whereby a person, a Redeemite, marry somebody from another church, maybe Catholic Church or Anglican Church or something like that. They will wed his wife in that Catholic Church or Roman Catholic Church. Then after that, his wife would join in Redeem. I think it's just culture. It's not normal in my place that even if they are doing it now, they just started it new. That's all the truth. Man should wed his wife in his wife's church. No, we don't do that. The man will, after marrying you traditionally, do everything, pay your prayer and everything. You must follow the man to his own church to wed. For me, that's the way we do it in our Igbo land. Unless they have changed, all this Gen Z, they are changing everything now. People are changing it. Every angle, they are changing everything. Before self, what are you even saying? Now they are doing traditional marriage in township. Before, it's not done. You go to the person's village to go and do the traditional marriage and everything. So, everything is changing. If they have changed it now, maybe, I don't know. But what I still know and what we still respect where I come from is you must take the woman to your own church and wed the woman. You only come to the woman's father's house to do your traditional rites. And after that, the woman belongs to you. So you have to follow your husband to this place. So I didn't even say anything wrong. Why people are dragging her, telling her that it's supposed to wed you. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong here. Yes, there's nothing wrong. People are like talking about why would your husband wed you here? Just come out and explain to them. This is not our culture. I don't know whether outside they do the same thing. Outside Christians, I don't know whether they do the same. I have not observed that. But I know that's how Yoruba do their own. But eastern part of country, we don't. You must, unless it's an agreement between you or your husband doesn't have any church he attends, and he decided to come and wed you in your own church. Or maybe somebody married somebody that doesn't go to church, and maybe they want to do wedding, they has to follow his wife to her own church. But apart from that, it's not done. I know people will not agree with me, but that's just the truth. In Igbo culture, it's not done. You have to follow your husband. As soon as the husband has paid your prayer price and after missionary rites and everything, you get to follow your husband to your husband's church to wed. That is it. Maybe the way she answered it was, maybe she was angry, why people are saying that kind of a thing. No, some people don't even know. If you didn't explain to them, they won't know. They will think like maybe Yorubas, maybe they don't know that we don't do like that. And if I have not, like me, when I saw that for the first time in Ridiculous, I was like, why would they do this kind of thing? Even if that person is a pastor in any church, he must follow his wife to a Catholic church, to any church, to go and wed that person. Then before they will come back to the church. It's just normal for them. So I don't like me, like I said before, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, what is going on? No, it's not done. They said, no, it's their culture. You have to do that. But it's not our culture. Our culture is that after doing your traditional marriage in that woman's house, the next place you will do the wedding is the man's church. Unless the man doesn't go to church. Then or is an agreement between the man and his wife. I want to wed you in your own church. Please, I want you to wed me in my own church. But we don't do that. Unless just they have an agreement. The man said, okay, maybe I am not active in my church and she's active in her own church. So they will just decide to do it. Or the man is not in the country. He doesn't have anybody. And maybe his wife is another country. They will just come to that place and wed his wife and go. That's another thing that can happen. If you marry somebody that's outside country, but he doesn't have any family or something like that, or they are not church type person, then he can come back and wed his wife in his wife's church. That is it. But dragging her, telling her that they're supposed to wed her in a church is not proper, because all the tribes, they have their own culture. So they have to respect that, okay? I hope you guys understand this, and I explain it very well for you people to understand. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Bye-bye. See you all in my next video. Bye.